everybody. I am ARHartie, blogger and joy strategist from chasing-joy.com. This is a TTC update, a trying to conceive update for baby number 2 for me as a single mom by choice. Sorry, I'm trying to get this camera right. Okay, I think that's good. So I'm outside at a fertility clinic. I'm actually early this time. Last time I was late. I hate being late because it makes me so like flustered. But I'm early, so I'm about to go in for a lining check. This is my second lining check. I think 2 videos ago, I was telling you guys how I went for the lining check and I had a cyst on the left ovary, and then the nurse ended up calling later saying that it was producing estrogen, so everything is pushed back again. This is the same thing that happened on my ERA cycle, my mock transfer cycle, so I shouldn't have been surprised, but I was, because I thought who would figure it would happen twice. So this is my second lining check. So hopefully the cyst is gone or no longer producing estrogen, at least. I honestly don't know what to expect. I've been on birth control now for probably about a month, and with taking only the active pills. And I missed technically like a day and a half because they had me stop taking the birth control on a Wednesday, and my lining check last time was that Friday. So I didn't take birth control on Thursday, but then on Friday when they discovered the cyst, I took it, but I didn't take it till later that night because I was like out and about when they called me. The pill was at home. And a few days later, maybe about a week later, I've been spotting. So I've been spotting on and off the last week, with it getting increasingly more spotting, to the point where initially I didn't even need to feel like I needed to wear a panty liner or anything, because I would just see when I wiped. But then like yesterday, I actually felt the need to put on a pad to protect my underwear. So I don't know what to expect going into this lining check. I don't know if the ovary is still producing. I don't know if the birth control didn't sufficiently quiet anything. I'm kind of optimistic that the breakthrough the breakthrough bleeding, it's not a true period because I didn't ovulate because I've been on birth control, but I'm optimistic that maybe the breakthrough bleeding is just because I had that slight delay with taking the birth control pill, and my body is pretty regular. So my body's like, wait a minute, we should have had a period. So maybe my body's like trying to fight against the hormones in the birth control. So I don't know, but on the positive side, I know my lining should be kind of thin at this point from being on the birth control, and hopefully the spotting just assisted with being thin. So we'll see. I'll let you guys know when I come out if everything looks good, or if I'm waiting for a call about the cyst. I really don't know what to expect going in. I don't have any kind of feeling. I've still been under a lot of stress from work and just life in general. But last night I prayed. So update, I've been praying. I set my alarm to pray now at 10:13 because as of this moment my transfer should be October 13th. I got pushed back from 9/29. I'll find out today if it's pushed back again, but as of right now I've been praying at 10:13 at night and 10:13 in the morning by my alarm, so you guys can join me in praying then. But last night I was praying and I was just like, you know what, like I'm just turning all these things over to you, Lord. Like I don't know, I can't control it. I have a tendency to like to control things, so that is a struggle of mine. So that was my prayer, and actually last night was probably the best I slept in a while. So I'm trying to go into this appointment in that same spirit of kind of like surrender, acceptance. Like I can't control any of this. If I learn nothing else from having fertility issues, and just life in general, is we're not in control. We like to think we are. We do all this planning, and it's not bad to plan and try to have, you know, goals and things we want to do, but the reality is very few things in life do we really have control over, and this is one. So anyway, I'm going to go in. I'm going to stop rambling now. I'm going to go in and see what's going on with my lady parts and I'll update you guys. It'll be in a few seconds for you all. Okay, bye for now. Okay guys, I'm back. I'm smiling, partially because I got my hair done. I so appreciate getting my hair done so much more now. I always appreciated it and didn't take it for granted, but I appreciate it so much more now since the pandemic. But I'm also smiling because my nurse just called and the cyst is not producing estrogen anymore. Yay! So, getting started with the next steps. I feel excited. Sorry, it's my backup camera thing going crazy. Yeah, so I'm excited. They gave me the go ahead. So today is September 24th. Yeah, I think today's September 24th. So I will be back in the fertility clinic on October 7th. So I believe that'll be the next video that I have for you guys, and that'll be another lining check. But this time we'll just be checking to make sure that my lining got nice and, I think they're looking for it to be nice and fluffy at that point, like a thick lining from the estrogen, so that I can then get the okay to start the progesterone. And then after that it'll be the transfer. So based off of today and assuming that my body will continue to cooperate, transfer is scheduled for October 13th, 10/13. So I'm excited. After my appointment this morning, I got a facial, which was nice. And so while I was getting the facial, I was sitting there and it was nice and quiet. I decided to do some visualization exercises. I used to do them when I used to do acupuncture, which I'm not doing any acupuncture this time. If you want to go deep dive into my old videos, you'll see that I did acupuncture when I was trying to conceive baby number 1, baby Joy Chaser. And I enjoyed the acupuncture. It was very relaxing. I don't know if the relaxation came from the fact that I was just laying there for almost an hour, or the actual needles, probably combination. But the cycle that was successful with my son, I did not do acupuncture. And I didn't do it because my TTC journey was so long, almost 2.5 years, that the acupuncturist, you know, I think I started to develop like a relationship with them. So they were like super excited each time, and each time it didn't work, I felt like I was disappointing them. So instead of the acupuncture being like a positive thing emotionally and physically, it started to kind of be a negative thing for me, which I think is probably not the norm. So don't go by me, but just my experience. Like, it was a positive thing, I think, physically, because I think it was relaxing and stuff. But then emotionally, I felt like the acupuncturist became another person that I had to disappoint when it didn't work. So I decided to stop. and so I didn't do it, and that cycle was successful. Not because of the acupuncture. I think it was successful because we finally got the timing right after the ERA. And we had doubled my progesterone. That we realized I needed more than the typical patient. So I don't think me not doing acupuncture made the cycle successful, which led to my son. But I don't think, I'm trying to say how to say this without it being a double negative, but I don't think me not doing acupuncture had any negative effect. So I decided to just not do it this time, because it's already stressful enough trying to schedule just the doctor's appointments, like I talked about before, with already having baby joy chaser and with not having as much help from family as I thought I would have had, because of, I'll say mostly because of the pandemic, but then just people's lives being busy. So that would have just been a whole nother thing to have to try and schedule around him. So I decided no acupuncture this time. But anyway, I'm like getting on a tangent. The reason why I was mentioning acupuncture is because I used to do visualization techniques every time I went to acupuncture, which was like weekly. And I would try to remember to do them throughout the week as well. So I decided today, when I had the facial, while it was nice and quiet and my eyes were closed for most of the time, to do visualization techniques. So I had a really successful visualization experience today, because I did kind of relax, and I was able to really quiet my mind and just focused on imagining like each step of the process. And like I would imagine the embryo thawing successfully, and the embryo already starting to hatch before it was put in, because that's how it was with my son. He was already hatching when they put embryo in, and it was successful. So I imagine that happening again. I imagine getting positive tests at home and good betas and a successful pregnancy and bringing home the baby. And so when I got to the part in my visualization, imagining like my son, baby joy chaser, and the new baby, it just felt so good and it felt so right. And I was like, oh, I really, really want to do this. I really want this to work and have this second child. I think most people, when they're making like big life decisions, like to have a child or a second child or anything big, you kind of have some doubts. And definitely parenting is hard. And when I have hard days and baby joy chaser has like a tough time, I'll start to question, like, oh my gosh, like this is so hard. How am I going to do this with the second baby? But then just visualizing him like meeting, a sibling. I never really imagined the gender of the baby when I do visualization. It's like my brain can't go there. So I kind of just imagine like this baby, and I imagine like the baby being kind of swaddled with the head exposed, and like him giving the baby a little kiss on the head. And it was just so heartwarming. It's such a positive visualization. Just made me feel really good about doing this. So I'm excited for the next steps. So I'm going to stop babbling. So I think the next video that you guys see after this one will likely be my lining check after estrogen priming, how successful that was, and if my lining got thick enough to where they like it for me to begin progesterone. So that's what I'm hoping for and praying for. The next not quite 2 full weeks, like I think it's like 13 days. If the next 13 or 12 days will go smoothly, my body will act how it's supposed to act, that everything at daycare will go smooth for baby joy chaser, so that he'll be able to go to daycare as normal, and I won't have to have his godmother or one of my friends watch him that morning. So I'll just be praying about that and for everything to continue to go well. So you guys can join me in praying. I am Christian and a big believer in prayer. So even though you'll be catching the video after things have happened, God will know exactly how to apply those prayers. So I appreciate it. So let's see, what should our emoji be for today? So today, I'm trying to think. I don't even remember all the emojis that are available. Let's do, oh, I know. Let's do the smile emoji that has the heart eyes, because of my visualization just had me like, oh, feeling so much like love and heart eyes. I think the heart eyes emoji, I think, captures that feeling really well. So anyway, hopefully, I hope the sound on this video is good, because I didn't need my air on today. But I just realized I was just driving on this cobblestones. So I hope the sound isn't bad. But anyway, thanks for watching, and fingers crossed, baby dust to everyone else who's trying or is their own place on this TTC journey. And yeah, put the heart eyes emoji in if you watched to the end, and I will let you guys know what happens next. See you in the next video. Bye.